Have you earned your FU pass? Hi, it's Peter Merrick, and we're going to be talking about FU passes right now. Well, that's a trick question because the FU pass has always been yours. It's yours for the claiming. The only way that you're going to claim it is you have to know thyself and know your boundaries. And someone steps over it, or some institution, someone tells you something that you know is not true, not right, you're going to say, F you, this is my life, and I'm not going to put up with that. The first time that I ever saw someone claim their FU pass was my grandmother, Edith. Let me tell you about her. She's a tough woman. She was an immigrant from Galicia, which became Poland, and now it's part of the Ukraine. She came over in the 1930s. She lost her entire family in the war back in Europe. She lost her husband. At the end of her life, she had cancer and a bad heart. She didn't know what was going to take her out first. And it was at that point I remember being in shock when someone did something that bothered her. She let them know. Now, when she was a younger woman, she was only 5'2". I bet she was 4'9" at the time, but people knew that she was there. She claimed her FU pass because she knew, what was she waiting for? How often have you wanted fresh cookies and you settle for soggy ones? You're in a job where they don't treat you well. You have clients who piss on you. You've got regulations and people telling you what to do, what to be frightened for, and worrying what the crowd thinks of you. You want to know a little secret? No one really thinks of you. Not even the closest people to you. They think of you in relations to them. And they project their fears and their loves and their attributes onto you. So what's stopping you from actually taking back your power and claiming your FU pass? And it's really simple how you do it. First of all, you have to come to terms that life is finite. You know what's happened over the last 3 years because of this craziness? People think that if they go and they follow these little rules, they might live forever. I hate to break it to you. We're all going to leave this planet. How did you live on this planet? You know what the greatest moment in the world is? It's this moment. Because in this moment, you can take control of your life. Because life is just a bunch of moments. And the first way to do that is to reclaim your FU pass. At any time that you see something that's not right for you, that someone or something is encroaching on you, and you know it's not right, you push them away. You don't force yourself on someone else. I encourage you to actually claim your FU pass. Because if you do, guess what? This world would be a better place because so many people have given away their power. You know how tyrants get into power? Because people who have power give them that power. Give them that power. Do you want to give people your power? You are a powerful person. There's never been a person like you. There's never been a person like me. You know the types of people that I love to surround myself with now? People who have a well thought out opinion. And I love knowing where they stand. Now, there was a prime minister in Canada. His name was Stephen Harper. There were so many people who did not like this man. I will share something, what I appreciated about that man, especially in relations to Boy Wonder, who is controlled by Klaus Schwab. Everybody knew where he stood. You didn't have to agree with him, but you knew where he stood. And that is powerful. You know, you have power. How often have we given away our power? I can only speak from experience because I gave away my power most of my life. And then something happened. 3 years ago, I almost died. I ignored my body, but my body wasn't going to allow me to forget it. I ended up in the hospital, and they told me if I had not shown up in the hospital, I most likely would have died within a few days or a few weeks, and they were wondering how I was still walking around. Well, when I was recuperating, which took me about 6 weeks, I asked myself a question. I said, is where I am right now where I want to be? And it wasn't. I was doing all these things I didn't want to do. And at that point, I said, I am going to show up in my own life. I have to become conscious of what I want to do. And I did it. I picked up and I moved to a city that I never lived in. And I lived in a place where I was very comfortable. However, since then, because of all this craziness that had happened and all this stuff that I could ignore, I'm saying no. And I ask you to say no. Because guess what? Me claiming my Fpass does mean nothing to changing the world. However, if each and every one of you go and wake up to the power that you were born with and you reclaim it, you become conscious of it, you set your boundaries, everything stops now. All that craziness, all these rules that are being putting in place that just don't make sense. And they're meant not to make sense because they're doing this to see how far they can push you because people are not using their Fpass. So if you see something wrong, you feel something's wrong, say something. Let it be known. Let people know where you stand. And I share with you, if more people did it, because most people, and I have to share with you this, most people on this planet are good people. And I don't care what color, what gender, what religion, what race, whatever, they're good people. They don't want to hurt anybody. And if those people were to stand up and use their innate Fpass, the world would get better tomorrow. Today. So, I'm going to leave this question. What is your greatest moment? It is this moment. Because it's at this moment you can make that decision that you're going to reclaim your power. I invite everyone who wants to regain their power because guess what? I can't do it by myself. Other people can't do it in small groups. However, if enough people actually see things that are wrong and they say, I will not acquiesce to evil, I will not give my power to idiots and fools, the world gets better. It changes in a moment. It will be a phase change in society. And if it isn't for you, do it for your children. Do it for the next generations. Too many people have forgotten what the world was like. But for those of us who've lived a little, we know that we are free individuals and we can take our power back at any moment. If you like this video, please give me a like. Please share it because I need you to help me wake people up because you need to wake them up. It's not good enough just for us to be awake. Please make a comment, and if we're not connected, please connect. And I'm looking forward to actually having more people reclaim their FU passes.